OMG. This just happened, Cowboys Nation. The Dallas Cowboys have made a move that has fans buzzing across the NFL. They've officially signed wide receiver Chase Claypool in one of the most surprising yet high upside acquisitions of the 2025 offseason. This is absolutely massive news for the Cowboys and could mark a major turning point in their quest for a Super Bowl run. Claypool, who was once touted as one of the NFL's most promising young receivers coming out of Notre Dame and exploding onto the scene in Pittsburgh, is now suiting up in that iconic star on his helmet. And let's be honest, the excitement around this move is electric. Fans are losing their minds online, reactions are pouring in, and it seems like the entire Cowboys organization is all in on this decision. Claypool signing with Dallas is not just another free agent pickup, it's a calculated risk with major upside. A potential weapon added to a loaded offense that's clearly preparing to take the NFC by storm in 2025. The moment the news broke, and I mean, it hit like a thunderclap, Cowboys fans rushed to social media, posting highlight reels, old clips from Claypool's rookie season, and even mock-ups of him in a Cowboys jersey. The energy is off the charts, and honestly, rightfully so. Claypool's arrival isn't just about statistics, though we'll absolutely get to those. It's about what he represents for the Dallas Cowboys: aggressive front office action, dynamic roster building, and a signal that this franchise is not content with simply making the playoffs. This is a team trying to win now. Let's not forget that Claypool, when healthy and mentally locked in, is a matchup nightmare. He stands at 6'4", weighs around 240 pounds, and has 4.4 speed. That's a rare combination of size and athleticism. It's the type of physical profile you can't teach, and it's why, despite an up and down few years, he's still so intriguing to offensive coordinators and quarterback-friendly systems. For Dallas, a team with CeeDee Lamb already putting up all-pro numbers and Brandon Cooks stretching the field, adding Claypool gives them another dimension. A physically imposing outside receiver who can win contested catches, body up defenders in the red zone, and stretch defenses with his vertical ability. It's also important to look at this through the lens of quarterback Dak Prescott. Now entering what many view as a defining year of his career, Prescott has the weapons to succeed, and this addition bolsters that arsenal even further. Imagine this: Prescott in the shotgun, Lamb in motion, Cooks lined up wide, tight end Jake Ferguson settled in line, and then Claypool split out to the boundary. How exactly do you defend that? You can't stack the box without risking a deep bomb. You can't double Lamb every play without letting Claypool run wild. It forces defenses to play honestly, and that's exactly what this Cowboys offense needs to thrive. It's all about spacing, mismatch creation, and giving Dak options he can trust downfield. In past years, when the offense sputtered, it was often due to limited depth or predictability in their receiver sets. With Claypool, they now have another guy who can bail Dak out on broken plays, draw double coverage, and win one-on-one matchups against smaller corners. Now, skeptics are going to say, but Claypool hasn't been consistent, and to that, I say, you're absolutely right. But let's examine the context. After his stellar rookie year with the Steelers, he had to deal with quarterback instability, scheme changes, and frankly, some underwhelming offensive environments. Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Green Bay never quite knew how to unlock his full potential, or they didn't have the personnel to do it. But in Dallas, he's walking into a situation where he doesn't have to be the guy. He's not double your own, he's not being forced into an overloaded route tree, and he's not going to be triple teamed. He gets to do what he does best: run hard, win vertically, and catch contested balls. It's a simplified role with explosive potential. And when you consider how Mike McCarthy and defensive coordinator Luke Getsy have been adapting this offense, there's every reason to believe they'll find ways to utilize Claypool's physical tools smartly. They're not going to throw him into the fire and expect 100 catches. Instead, they'll put him in specific situations: red zone, third downs, deep posts, back shoulder fades where he can thrive. And look, this also sends a message to the rest of the NFC East. The Cowboys aren't sitting back. While the Eagles continue to lean on Jalen Hurts and the Commanders try to figure out their quarterback room, Dallas is saying, "We're coming." With Micah Parsons anchoring the defense, CeeDee Lamb ascending to elite status, and now Claypool bringing fresh energy to the WR core, this team is deeper and more dangerous than they've been in years. They've been knocking on the door, now they're kicking it down. And let's not ignore the ripple effect this move has on the rest of the roster. Young receivers like Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, and Simi Fehoko will now have to battle even harder in camp. Competition breeds greatness, and if Claypool comes in hungry, and early reports suggest he is in phenomenal shape, mentally focused, and ready to contribute, then the ceiling is incredibly high. Let's also talk about value, because this deal, reportedly for around $10 million over 2 years with incentives, is a steal if Claypool returns to form. That's what you call a low-risk, high-reward contract. If he doesn't pan out, the Cowboys can cut bait. But if he even approaches his rookie year production, then you're talking about one of the best value deals of the 2025 offseason. He could put up 801,000 yards and 6-8 touchdowns without even being the primary target. That's a win in any book. Plus, his size gives Dallas an edge in blocking and special teams versatility, a trait Mike McCarthy loves in role players. Don't be surprised if he's used in end arounds, motion plays, or even red zone gadget formations. This staff isn't afraid to get creative, especially with a player who brings such a rare skill set to the table. And how about the locker room fit? That's always been the question with Claypool: attitude, work ethic, team chemistry. But reports from sources close to him suggest a renewed focus. After bouncing around a few teams, he knows this is his chance to revive his career in a stable, high-profile environment. He's not just looking to stay in the league, he's trying to make a name for himself in Dallas. And if you can thrive under the spotlight in Dallas, you can cement a legacy. This team has embraced reclamation projects before and seen them flourish. Claypool could be the next in line. He's saying the right things, showing up to early workouts, and he's been seen working out privately with Dak Prescott before the signing was even finalized. That shows commitment. That shows hunger. Cowboys fans should be hyped. This isn't just about fantasy stats or jersey sales. It's about building a championship-caliber team with multiple weapons, locker room balance, and explosive upside. Imagine Claypool going off in Week 3 against the Giants, catching a game-winning fade in the back of the end zone. Or him streaking down the sideline against the Eagles on Thanksgiving Day, silencing the Philly crowd with a toe-tap touchdown. These moments are within reach, and Cowboys Nation can feel it. The pieces are aligning. The offense has firepower. The defense is stacked. The coaching staff is bold. Now it's about execution. So what comes next? Training camp. That's where Claypool will have to prove himself. The pads come on, and he'll be lining up across from Trayvon Diggs and Darren Bland, 2 elite corners. If he can make plays against them, then he's ready. And fans, you better believe all eyes will be on him during those preseason games. Every catch, every block, every route, it all matters. The margin for error is small, but the opportunity is massive. The best part is, Claypool doesn't have to be perfect. He just has to do his job. If he can provide that third down conversion, that red zone presence, that vertical shot when the defense least expects it, then he's a weapon. A real one. And Dak needs those. In the end, this signing is more than just a headline. It's a glimpse into the Cowboys' mindset for 2025, aggressive, forward-thinking, and focused on seizing their window. They're not here to rebuild or retool. They're here to compete. And with Claypool now in the fold, the rest of the league better take notice. Because if this works out, if Claypool finds his rhythm, stays healthy, and buys into the culture, then this offense just got scarier, and the Cowboys' Super Bowl dreams just got a whole lot more real.